I want you to close your eyes for a moment and picture this. The sun has just set. The sky is painted in deep shades of gold and crimson, and you stand alone on a quiet road. Behind you lies the dust of your failures, shattered plans, unanswered prayers, and moments that broke your heart. Before you, the horizon is veiled in mist, uncertain and unknown. Most would call this the end, but it is not the end. It is the beginning. Failure is not a tombstone over your dreams. It is the seed buried in the soil, waiting for the rain, waiting for the sun, waiting for its season to rise. Every wound you carry is not proof of defeat, but proof that you have lived, that you have tried, that you have dared. History's greatest men and women have stood where you stand now, at the edge of what seems like an ending. Think of Abraham Lincoln. Before he became the 16th president of the United States, he lost election after election. He failed in business, faced crippling depression, and was told repeatedly that he would never be a leader. Yet each defeat became a brick in the foundation of his greatness. He didn't see failure as a full stop. He saw it as a comma, a pause before the next chapter. You see, the world loves to applaud the victories, but often forgets the valleys that came before the mountaintops. People will remember your triumphs, but you will remember the nights you wrestled with yourself, the mornings you rose with heavy feet, and the silent prayers you whispered when no one was watching. Those moments are where strength is born. The truth is, the road you walk will never be without storms. You will lose friends who you thought would stand forever by your side. You will watch dreams crumble that you spent years building, and you will wonder, more than once, if you have it in you to keep going. But in those moments, you must remember, greatness is not given to those who never fall. It is reserved for those who rise again and again, no matter how deep the fall. Every scar you carry is not a disfigurement. It is a medal of honor. It says, I have fought, I have endured, and I am still here. The world is not changed by those who sit in comfort. It is moved by those who have walked through the fire and emerged, not unburned, but unbroken. So, if you feel as though you are standing in the ruins of your own plans, do not despair. This is the soil where new dreams grow. This is the place where strength is forged. The end you fear is simply the disguise of a beginning you cannot yet see. But here's what most people never understand. The soil does not reveal its secrets to those who quit digging. The seed of your life, the one buried under pain and disappointment, will not sprout simply because you stand over it and weep. It will rise when you commit to watering it with action, when you refuse to let the darkness convince you that the light will never return. The truth is, no one escapes failure. Not kings, not scholars, not saints, not inventors. Even the greatest figures in history, the ones whose names are carved into the stone of time, knew the taste of defeat more than once. Take Abraham Lincoln, for example, a man whose name would one day be etched in the pages of history as one of America's greatest leaders. Before he became the 16th president of the United States, his life was a string of failures so frequent that the world might have labeled him cursed. He lost elections, failed in business, suffered the death of the woman he loved, battled deep depression, and faced political humiliation. But every time life knocked him down, he stood again. And that is why his story is told, because he refused to end his journey in the dust of failure. He understood something most people forget, that loss is not the opposite of success, it is part of the road to it. You see, the world applauds victory but rarely acknowledges the battles fought in the shadows, the countless days when no one claps, no one notices, no one believes in you. These silent seasons are where champions are forged, not in the spotlight, but in the hidden hours of practice, of prayer, of persistence. And if you can learn to love those hidden hours, if you can embrace the grind when there is no reward, you are already halfway to greatness. But why do so many give up? It is because they think the journey is supposed to be smooth, that if they meet resistance, it means they are on the wrong path. Nothing could be further from the truth. Resistance is proof that you are moving. A ship that is anchored in the harbor feels no waves, but it also goes nowhere. The moment you set your sails toward purpose, the winds will rise against you. That is not a sign to turn back. It is a sign to hold the wheel tighter. And here is the hard truth you must accept. Life will not hand you the life you dream of simply because you want it. Desire without discipline is like a lamp without oil. It can burn bright for a moment, but it will soon fade into darkness. You must feed your vision with work, with patience, with the kind of stubborn hope that refuses to die. You must decide that no matter how many times you fall, you will rise again, because the dream inside you is too precious to bury alive. Failure does not have to define you, but it will if you let it sit unchallenged in your soul. I have met men who stumbled once and never walked again in the direction of their calling. I have seen women who, after one heartbreak, closed the door to love forever. But I have also seen those who, even when everything was stripped from them, refused to lose themselves. I have seen them rebuild from ashes, brick by brick, until the very people who once doubted them were forced to stand in awe. This is the spirit you must carry. The spirit that says, I may be bent, but I am not broken. Or I may be delayed, but I am not denied. Think of Thomas Edison, who failed thousands of times while trying to invent the light bulb. When asked about his failures, he said, I have not failed, or I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That is the mind of a builder, the heart of a warrior. Every failure was not a defeat, it was a teacher. And that is how you must treat your setbacks. Ask them, what are you here to teach me? Do not waste your pain. If you must suffer, let your suffering buy you wisdom. There will be nights when the silence is so heavy that you wonder if God himself has forgotten your name. There will be mornings when the weight of yesterday sits on your chest, pressing you into the bed, whispering that it is easier to stay down than to try again. In those moments, you must speak to your own soul. Tell it, get up. Tell it, we have miles to go. Tell it, this story is not over. Because it is not the number of times you fall that decides your future. It is the number of times you rise. And you will rise differently than you fell. Falling breaks things, but rising builds things. When you get up after a blow, you carry the scars of the battle, but also the strength you did not have before. You begin to see that every loss was not just a wound, but a gift of clarity, of endurance, of humility. And these gifts are the currency with which you will purchase your destiny. Do not envy the ones who seem to win without trying. Their roots are shallow. When the storms come, and they will come, it is the tree that has been battered by the winds that stands firm. That tree has learned to grip the earth, to drink deep from the soil, to endure the seasons. You must be like that tree. Deep roots, strong trunk, branches that stretch toward the light, no matter how many winters have tried to strip them bare. There will come a day when all of this, the struggle, the waiting, the unanswered questions, will make sense. You will look back and realize that if you had been given the victory too soon, you would not have been ready to hold it. You needed the fight to strengthen your grip. You needed the delay to deepen your roots. You needed the rejection to purify your motives. And then you will thank God for every no, for every closed door, for every night, So do not despise the days of small beginnings. Do not curse the seasons of silence. Do not run from the fires that refine you. This is your proving ground. And when the world finally sees you shine, they will call you an overnight success, not knowing that your overnight took years of blood, sweat, and tears. Let them think what they will. You will know the truth, that the seed buried in darkness was never dead. It was only waiting for the appointed time to rise. And when that time comes, you will rise not as the same person who fell. You will rise wiser, stronger, unshakable. You will rise carrying the evidence that failure is not the end. It is the teacher that leads you to the beginning you were meant for all along. There comes a time in every journey when the weight you carry feels unbearable. When the voices in your mind whisper that it's easier to stop, to settle, to accept that maybe greatness was never meant for you, it's in these moments that the true battle begins, because the greatest war is not fought against the world, but within your own heart. You see, mountains are not conquered by the strength of the legs, but by the endurance of the spirit. The climb is steep, the air is thin, and each step forward feels like it costs a piece of you. But those who reach the summit are not the ones who never felt tired, never doubted, or never stumbled. They are the ones who chose to rise again, no matter how many times the ground pulled them down. Think of Abraham Lincoln, a man who faced failure after failure before he became one of the most respected leaders in history. He lost elections, suffered business collapses, endured personal heartbreaks, and yet he never allowed the dust of defeat to cover the fire in his soul. Each setback was not a verdict against him, but a teacher shaping him into the man who would one day hold a broken nation together. The world remembers him for his triumph, but it was his persistence through failure that carved his legacy into the stone of time. And so it is with you. The wounds you carry are not signs that you are finished. They are the signatures of experience, the ink that writes your story in a way nothing else can. Too often, we measure our worth by how perfectly we perform, forgetting that perfection is an illusion. Life is not about avoiding the storms. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. And in that dance, every misstep is simply a movement that brings you closer to your rhythm. The truth is, Failure can either bury you or build you. The choice lies not in the circumstances, but in how you choose to respond. A seed buried in the soil could say, "This is the end. I am trapped. I am forgotten." Or it could say, "This darkness is my preparation. This pressure is my calling to push through. This is my time to grow." The seed that rises becomes the tree that shelters others, the tree that bears fruit, the tree that stands through seasons. But it only happens because it dared to break through the ground that once confined it. You might feel right now that life has closed every door you tried to walk through. But remember this, sometimes God closes a door, not because the room beyond is wrong, but because the hallway you're in is meant to lead you to a greater place. If you knew how much strength, wisdom, and depth is being formed in you during these silent seasons, you would not despise them. You would embrace them. You would thank them. Every person you admire today, every hero, every leader, every voice that stirs your heart, has stood exactly where you stand now. They have felt the cold loneliness of rejection, the sharp sting of failure, and the crushing weight of uncertainty. The difference is they refuse to let the story end there. They turned the page. They wrote the next chapter. They took the pen out of the hand of defeat and placed it back into their own. You too must decide that your story is not over. Not here. Not now. There is still ink left to write with. Still battles left to fight. Still victories left to claim. Your journey is not defined by the moment you fell, but by the courage you find to rise. Because one day, you will stand on a higher ground and look back at the road you traveled. You will see that the moments you thought were the end were actually the bends that redirected you toward the place you were meant to be all along. You will see that the tears watered the soil of your growth, that the pain carved space for joy, and that every no you received was simply clearing the way for the yes that would change everything. So do not stop now. Do not let this chapter convince you that the book is finished. The author of your life is still writing. And if you will keep walking, keep believing, and keep pushing through the mist, you will discover that what felt like a burial was always a planting, and in time, you will bloom. And so here you stand, at the edge of all that you have known and all that you have yet to discover. The road behind you is a tapestry of victories and wounds, of joy and sorrow, of moments you would relive 1,000 times, and moments you would give anything to erase. Yet every thread, dark and light, has been woven by the hand of a God who wastes nothing. Perhaps you've spent years believing that your best days are gone. Perhaps you've convinced yourself that you've missed your chance, that the train has left the station, and you're standing alone on an empty platform. But let me tell you something that will breathe fire into your soul. With God, the best chapters are never behind you. The author is still writing. The pen has not left his hand, and every sentence yet to be written can carry more beauty, more depth, and more power than anything that came before. There is a reason you did not give up. There is a reason you are still here. You think you are standing by chance? No. You have been preserved. You have been sustained. You have been carried. Through storms you thought would drown you. Through nights you thought would never end. Through seasons when you saw no way forward. You were carried because there is still work for you to do. There are still lives for you to touch. There is still light you are meant to bring into this dark world. But here's the truth. The life you long for will not simply fall into your lap. Dreams don't walk into reality on their own. They are built. They are forged. They are carved into existence by hands willing to work when others rest, by hearts willing to believe when others doubt, by souls willing to fight when others surrender. Think of the oak tree. When you see it standing tall, strong, and unshaken by the wind, it is easy to forget the years it spent as a fragile seedling. It endured storms that bent it to the ground, seasons where water was scarce, days when its young leaves were scorched by an unforgiving sun. And yet, because it remained, it grew. Because it stayed rooted, it became unshakable. You too are in such a process. What you are enduring now is shaping you into someone who will stand firm in the days to come. The voices of doubt will tell you that you are too late, too broken, too far gone. But those voices are liars. Every great story has a moment where the hero seems defeated, where the darkness seems final, where the battle seems lost. And yet, the turning point always comes, not because the darkness vanished on its own, but because the hero refused to stop. Today, you can choose to take one small step forward, not the whole journey, just one step. Make the call, or start the project, learn the skill, speak the truth, forgive the offense, pray the prayer. These are the brushstrokes that will paint your tomorrow. And if you keep adding them, day after day, the picture will begin to change. And here is something sacred to remember. Your pain will one day become someone else's hope. The battle you are fighting now will one day give you the words that pull another soul back from the edge. The tears you are crying now will water the seeds of courage in someone else's heart. God will not let your suffering be wasted. So lift your head, stand tall, wipe the dust from your hands, and step into the unknown, not with fear, but with the quiet, burning confidence that the God who brought you this far will not abandon you now. The same God who parted seas, who raised the dead, who turned water into wine, still moves mountains, and he is moving them for you. This is not your ending. This is the soil of your new beginning. Let the rain come. Let the sun rise. And when the time is right, you will stand. Not as the same person you were before, but as someone stronger, wiser, braver, someone who will look back on these days, not with regret, but with gratitude, because it was here, in this valley, that you found your strength. Your story is not over. And the next chapter will be worth the wait.